Here we have our nonprofit lender spreadsheet. Now, the nonprofit lenders are not in business to lend money to nonprofits, although they might do that from time to time. They're called nonprofit lenders because they are nonprofit entities re-lending, in most cases, government money. They lend money that has been provided by the SBA, the HUD, and the USDA, the HUD being for Cities, Housing and Urban Development, and the USDA, the United States Department of Agriculture. Many of the loans are under $50,000. These are called microloans, but a good deal of the loans are for much larger amounts. And the larger loans would generally be SBA guaranteed loans as opposed to SBA loans that are relent by the nonprofit lenders. Let's take a look at some of the particulars. We'll just zoom this in a little bit here. And now you can see the column IDA funds. The IDA funds are individual development accounts. If we go down the list on IDA funds, you find a 2-for-1 match on Washington Cash, which has been renamed Ventures. Ventures provides a 2-for-1 match on funds up to $2,000 by the owner. So if the owner saves up $2,000, there's potential for Ventures to match that with $4,000. Now there's a total of $6,000, and this is not a loan. This is more akin to a grant and matching funds and does not have to be repaid. But they also loan money. For instance, they loan on startups, and these can be different types of loans that would range up to $35,000. Another one of the unique features of Ventures is that they offer 2 retail stores, one in Pike Place Market and another at SeaTac Airport. These are retail stores that are formatted to sell to tourists, and they generally sell items that are manufactured by or created by, in the way of crafts, their client companies that go through their 8-week course. If you're interested in IDA funds or in selling through their stores or a loan from Ventures, you would need to complete an 8-week workshop, and it's 1 night per week for 8 weeks in Seattle. Their theory is they want to teach you how to run a business before providing money to facilitate it. But there are many other lenders on this list, starting with Mercy Corp Northwest, very strong in lending to those that are in need, Community Capital Development, and Evergreen Business Capital, and then Craft 3 has a large variety of loans. Some are, for instance, specified for tribal entities. Now, running down the list a little further and looking at IDA funds, we find only 2 mentions of IDA funds on this spreadsheet. One is at Ventures, as we just talked about a bit ago. Another is the Washington Access Fund. The Washington Access Fund loans money to individuals with disabilities in Washington State. Startup loans go up to $10,000, and the IDA funds go up to $4,000. That's a 1-for-1 match. So if the person with the disability that qualifies saves up to $4,000, then the Washington Access Fund can match that up to $4,000, and they would have a total of $8,000. The rules for IDA matching funds at both Ventures and Washington Access Fund are not something that I have total visibility to, but I do know that you have to communicate with them directly to find out on a case-by-case basis whether or not it's qualified. There are also many other lenders listed on this spreadsheet, including cities like City of Tacoma and Pierce County. And there's a fund that targets only refugees and asylees. So take a good look through it, and whenever we get somebody in the door that can benefit from one of these loans, be sure to draw it to their attention. They like knowing that there's something out there beyond traditional bank lending, which they may not qualify for due to, say, their FICO score. FICO scores in general with these lenders are assessed on a one-off basis, and they have no discrete dividing line to say, no, above this is acceptable and below that isn't. They look at each on a case-by-case basis. So that wraps it up for the nonprofit lender spreadsheet.